Good evening to my beautiful people in New York City and here in the States. But good morning to my people in New Zealand. The reason why we're talking about New Zealand is because my next guests come into the Vibin with Ashley live stage are the Feel Good Service. So the Feel Good Service consists of power couple Mo Dre and Lucy Graves. Both of these phenomenal musicians have attended Berklee College of Music and have had successful solo careers. Their new single, Peace and Love, was released on Friday, blending funky rhythms with soulful energy. And they are in the house. Let's bring them on in. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up, Ash?
How are you? Good morning to you. How's the morning going so far?
Good. The future's looking bright.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hopefully.
Two coffees in, and
Yep.
feeling all right.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, right.
Whoa,
One
wait,
of those weeks.
3 coffees already.
She's on 3. I'm on 2.
Not quite.
All right. we are energized and popping. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this show. As I said off air, you guys have been with me since the beginning. Both of you have been on this show by yourselves, and this will be your 3rd time as the Feel Good Service. So guys, I just want to say on the record, thank you guys for coming on the show and always being so amazing and vulnerable. And I just really admire your creativity. So thank you for making my show what it is.
Thanks for having us. Glad to be back.
Of course. So I want to start off with the balancing act of what you guys are doing: life, parenting, and your music careers. That is a lot to juggle. What lessons have you learned about managing priorities and defining success along the way?
Ooh, that was good. I would say specifically becoming a parent, you learn time management. I believe we've become really good at making the most of small amounts of time that we have free to create or spend time. So that's really been good. And then for me, success has changed a lot since becoming a mum. And it sounds so corny, but seriously, like happiness and just like really being grateful for everything that we do, are able to do, is just huge, is successful. I mean, there's so much going on that, you got to focus on every little thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we're fortunate, man, especially considering right now where, for our industry, where things have been, the music industry has really shifted, as has, society and culture and life in general. But I think it allowed us time to, I guess, to really start to kind of prioritize what matters. Like, obviously, we still work with very busy people. We have our hands in a couple different pies, but like, I think at the core of it, because we're not chasing it the way we were when we were younger, and like, obviously, just because we're getting older and like, but no, I think more so it's just like we don't want the same things. I think our desire to be influential and to be inspirational and to make music that literally and figuratively moves people, I think has become more important than being famous or whatever that means. So I think there's that, and then also the power of connection through the music. So I think we're essentially, not to be punny, but we're being of service at this point, and it feels really great. And while we're doing that, we're also, making time to have dinner together almost every night, at the table, you know what I mean?
Even though Stella fights it.
Yeah, even if Stella's not with it, you know what I mean? 'Cause she wants to watch Bluey or whatever. Yeah. But no, I just think, I think she's right. I think the goalposts changed for us. And now this new space of like what it means to be successful, it's really heavily about just like the things that make us happy, and that's our family, and that's making music with the people that we're fortunate enough to be able to make music with.
Yeah, happiness is so important. And I think once you kind of just narrow down what makes you happy and just lean into that, your life totally changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not every day. Look, I mean, we got, we deal with a multitude of personalities and, different types of people and situations. And, because we're still entrepreneurs, money doesn't always come like that. So it's like, there's a lot of ebbs and flows. I don't want to put out this idea that like, we're just super happy all the time and everything is pretty, because it's not. But I think, at the seed of what we're doing, there's joy there. And joy lies within the purpose and understanding the connectivity that happens when we're doing what we do. And it, like people say, you don't feel like you work a day in your life because you're doing what you love, but truly, because we know that there's a purpose that we're serving in these people's lives, or even in our own lives with our own music. That's where that happiness and joy comes from, and even on hard days,
Yeah. And I think it's so important to lean into the joy, because then you feel as though your life has that purpose.
100%.
Yeah.
So, how has becoming parents influenced the kind of stories and emotions that you're expressing now?
We haven't really changed much.
No.
Well,
There's one song specifically that we were a part of with a good friend of ours, Hawkins.
yeah.
Make the World Slow Down. It really just talks about, and it's God, so timely, but it just talks about like if you could kind of like make time slow down and kind of protect them from some of the things, you know what I mean, that are happening. Not that we want to, because we don't want them to be blind or ignorant, but it's just so specifically as parents now, and even myself having younger siblings, like, I hate that they have to grow up in this era, in this time period where there's so much hatred and hurt and just so much going on. So I think that song, it happened in the midst of us raising, maybe in the last year and a half, 2 years, but like
It was like 3 years.
but it was still within this period of us becoming parents and
Yeah.
like learning how to. And I'm just saying, like, I don't think it would have meant as much if we weren't parents, like when we were talking about it, because the artist is not a parent.
Yeah.
But so I think our the empathy and just the understanding of what that means was with his kind of vision for what he wanted to talk about, just kind of created this organic moment. And then now we had a well to pull from that we didn't even realize that we were gonna dive into, if that makes any sense.
Lucy, anything that you want to add when it comes to that?
No, he's really good at talking.
You're good at talking too. That one just hit me.
No, but you're right. Yeah. I mean, it's influenced us. That was a really good example. I can't think of specific things other than just, no.
Well, I think naturally because our kid is really like, she's a cool kid, man, and she's very expressive, and she's like into music, and she like not just saying that because she's like a music, like 'cause she's our kid, but I'm saying like she will tell you if it's jamming or not, and she will sing it. And like, so I know for me, that excites me, like I'm like, it's kind of like, oh dad, like, yo, like I want to play this for her when she gets home, you know what I mean? To see if like, and not even just from a narcissistic standpoint, but more so because it's like, does this make you feel something? It kind of, I don't know. You know what I mean?
And then when she doesn't like it, you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, she's so real.
Whoa.
She's so hard shitting this too. She's like, I don't want to hear this song. So that's another perspective of influence, right?
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of ideas, honestly, in our phone. We just realized we've got probably collectively over 100 songs together, but like there's probably at least 100 more notes and ideas in our phones with like ideas of seeds, songs that were influenced by our love and you conceiving her and everything. Like, 2 weeks in lockdown hotel will do that to you.
So I know that you said your daughter loves music. What is some music that she like absolutely loves, like specific artists or songs?
Wow, Michael Jackson is probably her ultimate favorite. Um, but I will say she's a hardcore ABBA fan.
Yes.
Interesting.
Like
Mhm.
she requests, ABBA probably most of the time.
Yeah. Knows the whole Mamma Mia soundtrack from beginning to end,
Yeah.
essentially.
Wow.
Yeah. Specifically, the movie was what got her into it. And then she's like, oh, wait, ABBA's, yeah. Which, you know what? Those songs are brilliant pop songs. Who else does she?
K-pop.
Oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. She's on it. She's in it.
Yeah.
She knows it. So yeah, she's very broad. I mean, we listen to so much different music all the time. So she's
Yeah, I mean, it's Charlie, it's her, like, so she's got her own playlist on our iTunes. Everybody in the family has access to it because depending on who's driving with her in the car, she's going to ask for music. So you got to know it has all her jams. So, I mean, it ranges from Charlie Puth to what's the song? Four Non Blondes. What's going on? What's up? Yeah. What's the one? What is it? Prince, Sheryl Crow. Sheryl Crow. Like, and she's 4, bro. So it's like, it's cool, man. And it's cool when she's like humming something. You got to figure out because she's at that age where she's saying all the wrong words, but she says it so confidently.
Yeah. And she'll get very angry if you cannot figure out what song she's trying to get.
Like, just play the song, Dad. The one that goes da da da, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you try not to laugh because she's saying completely the wrong words, but it's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that she has her own playlist and specific artists that she loves. Because I like usually when I think of young kids, I think of them like I don't know what like kid shows and kid movies are out right now. I just don't know. But
Right.
I feel like some of the artists you name, like Sheryl Crow, like amazing. Like to know that a 4-year-old listens to Sheryl Crow and like requests it. I think that's awesome.
What's the one? Phil, man,
No,
feels like
that's
a woman.
Shania.
Oh, Shania Twain. Sorry.
That's Sheryl Crow.
Yeah,
Though,
Sheryl
she
Crow.
likes Winding
Every day is one
Road. Yeah.
But no, the other one is Shania Twain. Well, she'll put her leather jacket on and her boots on, and she'll come out. Let's go, boys. Girls, whatever. Yeah.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah. It's like, where do you get it? And she has to stand on the table, even though we frown upon it. Obviously, it's her not to. But she's like, a little short coffee table, and she just gets up there with a little microphone and she just rocks. Yeah. So yeah, she's a cool kid. She's cooler than us than we were.
Yeah.
Maybe even now.
So fun. So is it safe to say that music is always going on in your house, whether you're creating it or just listening to it? Is it just like a constant thing that's happening?
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or
Well,
form.
you're always playing music on your phone.
Yeah, I always got music.
I need silence occasionally. But yeah, for the most part, there's always music.
Yeah. It's like ukuleles around the house. And she's got a
melodicas.
Couple, melodica, a couple of little harmonicas. Sometimes I have my DJ set up because I've been dabbling into the DJ in these past couple of years. So she's, oh man, we gotta continue this video of her like
she's DJing and pretending, and she goes, "Yes, Stella."
She got headphones on. She's scratching. She's like, it's hilarious. Like America's Funniest Home Videos, like it will be that kind of junk. Like if we wanted to like put it out there.
Well, wait, have you ever shared that on social?
Nah.
No, we don't really share much of her on socials.
Okay. That sounds amazing though.
We might post that one. I don't know. Maybe in our stories or something. Yeah. It's just one of those things, man. Like we both come from like, I mean, especially you, like your dad was in film and TV, and then us both doing what we do. And also the fact that she's slightly exotic because she's mixed and she's got this colorful afro and she's got a big personality. Just trying to harness and protect that innocence, man, so she doesn't feel the pressure to have to turn it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she already won't turn it on. That's the best part about it. Like She does all this, but if she was here and we told her to do it, she would not. She would look at you like you're crazy, like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's good. And I mean, some people say, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like at the end of the day, if it's something that she loves, I hope she keeps it personal and holds it close to her heart until she's ready and if she's willing to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might not. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just the industry it's a beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now.
Yeah, especially now, and I hate to say it, but also especially for women. So I just, I don't want her to do it unless she loves it, not just because we do it and because she feels like she could do it. You know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So let's talk about Peace and Love. The newest single dropped Friday. Congrats. Let's talk about some personal experiences or moments that sparked the energy behind this song.
I mean, it was very natural, organic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard not to feel a way with everything that's going on. And yeah, this was just it was really such an easy song to write. I don't actually remember writing it.
I mean,
that's usually when it's come very naturally. Is we're just like, wait, how did we do this again?
Yeah, well, we weren't necessarily trying. Okay, so I think obviously with everything going on, we all feel, the whole world is feeling it, right? And whether that's just through like having a sense of empathy and being humane, or also just like for us, our family, specifically me, my whole family's in America, right? And like I have this slight what is the word? Survivor's guilt, that I deal with. And because I just, I hate to hear and that my folks are dealing with this firsthand, right? So, but then also like the reality of it is all of our favorite artists were people who understood the power of their platform. Stevie, Donnie, Michael, Marvin, Prince, like so many people. And so we have a responsibility with these gifts to some extent, say something. And also like and not say something from a narcissistic standpoint or egotistical or even divisive, right? Because our whole thing is like, the lyric, no left or right, humanities decide we're standing on. Like, and that's the truth. Like we don't, subscribe to the ideal of a red or blue or it's especially not right now. Like that doesn't matter. And that's already the problem. We're split, we're divided. And then you have these things, even pre this, COVID really changed so much about the way that we interacted with each other. And then also you add in the first term of said person that I'm not going to say the name. I don't want to say it, but then you add in all these other things that have trickle effect, on everything and everything that's happening right now with all the wars. So essentially, we wanted to be able to talk a little bit about how we felt about the need for us as human beings to see each other as just that, and understand the power that we have together, with unity and love. And I think so. So I think that was our conversation between the two of us.
Yeah.
Just not even in the studio. And I think I don't remember. We were humming some stuff, and then we came over and she started playing some chords and I was playing some bass, and the music came first really, really fast. And then, I just think lyrics, like she said, like most of the stuff that we really love or like songs we've done that we feel really confident in, to be honest with you, we didn't fight for it. It flowed because we're just open,
Well, when you're not trying to write a song, it usually helps.
Yeah.
It makes sense, like.
Well, also like most singers and songwriters know this too, right? Like we're good for a good mumble track, right? So like when we record a song, like we're working on a song and like we got the beat down, at least some of it, she'll go in and sing like some melodies, some mumbles, or I'll do the same thing. And we'll literally go through and choose the spots that maybe made us feel something like, ooh, I got a little chills right there, right? And you choose the best of those. We call it survival of the fittest, is what I like to say. And what ends up happening is when you combine those 3 or 4 parts and then you're listening back, I like to say the song writes itself.
Yeah.
Vowel
sounds,
consonant sounds, consonants, emotions,
mumbles,
inflections.
That you're just like, this is what that sounds like you're saying.
You're like, did you say that? And then you'd be like, yeah, that's what I said. And you're like, yeah, right. But we laugh about it through the process. And but I think that it's really true that the song really does. It tells you what it wants to say.
Yeah.
And that when you couple, obviously, just like general knowledge and understanding of what's happening in the world, a sense of empathy, and then this third thing, which is like the where the music comes from. Some call it God, some call it the creator, the universe, the mother nature. Wherever you draw that inspiration from, if you allow that space, man, it just falls into your lap, and it feels really special.
Yeah, and it just flows out. Lucy, do you have anything to add?
Nah, again, he's a great talker.
I'm gonna stop talking. I'm about to go on a boycott. I'm like,
I had my 2 little cents.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
So the lyrics, they touch on division, opinions, and choosing connection. What inspired you to write about these specific themes?
I mean, it's very obvious the world is divided. It's very obvious that certain people push division to create chaos. And, I just think, I think greed is running the world currently, and it's, greed's never a helpful thing. So, again, maybe even, deep down as parents, this was quite a thing, like just speaking out as people who have someone who's going to be growing up in a world that's like this, that, you hope there's going to be something left for her, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years down the track. Like, it's just, there's a lot of heaviness right now. Not just United States, like the entire world is crying, and it's just, it's hard. Yeah. So the lyrics really just, we're trying not to say anything too blunt.
Right. But I know where you're at. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know where you're at. And it's one of those things where it's like music heals, music connects, and when you express yourself through music, you're helping yourself, but you're also helping so many other people that are like, oh my gosh, there's other people out there that feel like me. Because sometimes we feel like we're in this alone, right? But then sometimes you hear somebody on a talk show or you hear a song and you're like, oh, I'm not alone in how I feel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people most people don't have the ability to have a voice in whatever way, or even the confidence to be able to say, or you know what I mean? Like,
because we're getting saturated with so much always coming at us, you've got to slip in those good little bits.
Yeah. Trying to be light in the dark place.
Yeah, I think it's so important in these times to just lean into joy, lean into happiness, lean into creativity, and just find those pockets of joy in like the crazy,
Yeah, I mean, and we got, we're blessed to even be able to say that, which is also hard to say, let's lean into the joy and the happiness. When there are some people that literally
no,
can't, or don't even have that option. Again, this can get deep and heavy. Like, it's hard.
Yeah, that perspective is a big reason why we felt the need to talk about it, which is another big reason why community means so much to us. Like, know what I mean? Because you start to understand it doesn't hurt you to help someone else, you know,
Man.
especially when you have the ability to do so. Like, you know, if it ain't gonna take food out your mouth, you know,
Yeah.
lend a hand, lend a whatever, a meal.
Even if it is, you're gonna still be okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, so it's try to be the voice for the voiceless, man. And,
Yeah.
share our truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what's so powerful about music, right? Like being vulnerable, speaking your truth, and having a voice. And, you know, for people that other people, maybe they can't say things, or maybe they're afraid to say things. And then they hear that song and they're like, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just think, like, again, like she said, I'm a music guy. So for me, I have music going on all the time. Part of that, and that's been since I was a little kid. And I think part of it was healing because it kind of was like my what do you call it? The blanket, like for a baby?
Yeah.
What do you call that? Is it some comfort blanket? There's a word for it. They call it when you're a kid and you need something to hold on to.
The security
blanket. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. And I think that as a whole, I saw a Stevie interview recently, and he was talking about, he was like, man, he was like, when it was in the 70s, when it was all this was going on, he was like, man, we curated the times, man. He was like, we held people, like any of our songs made people feel like it was gonna be okay, even if just for a minute. Like when all hell's breaking loose, you could hear you know, what's going on, or higher ground, like, you know what I mean, like, and that's, you know, that's the cloth we, you know, believe we're cut from, is just doing that thing, you know.
I agree with what you said about music being a security blanket. I'm right with you, Dre. Like, I listen to music all the time. I think back maybe 10, 15, I don't know, even when I was younger, I was like, I was going through stuff, but that music just held me. And I'm like, if it wasn't for music, where would I be?
Yeah.
It's powerful, man.
Yeah.
It's really powerful.
It's so amazing to talk to other people who feel that way and create all this beautiful music to share with the world. So thank you for what you do and what you continue to do, and the artists that you inspire.
Wow. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So your recent EP, 40 Seconds of Funk, gives us small doses of grooves. What creative space were you exploring with this project?
The creative space where you ain't got a whole lot of time and you just got to make content and stay relevant. And no, I'm just playing. Partially just playing. But truthfully, this is back to Stella.
Yeah.
We were in a space where, like, we wanted to make music. We were messing with some things. And I think we were trying to find a safe space within the social media realm that we could actually handle. And that was like posting these. We were walking, I remember, right? Going to walk, we're like, what if we just do like these things, like little snippets of jams, you know?
Yeah.
And then,
you know, because it sounds good, 40 Seconds of Funk was like, oh, that sounds great. Let's see if we can just do these songs that are all 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Plus, then, you know, you feel like you're still creating without the pressure of, you know, 2 verses and a chorus and a bridge and like all this production. And honestly, it was more just keeping it light and fun for us at this point in time when, you know, it was a lot of new things, becoming parents, Dre being in a different country. Like, it was just, there was a lot going on. So we were like, we need to just keep going without, you know, feeling stressed.
Yeah, and this was back in like 2023, I think. Right?
Yeah.
So these songs, like, we started doing it just for socials. And then one of my buddies, he was like, we were like hanging out in a park one day, and he was just like, man, like, we're talking about people's attention spans. And he's like, I reckon if people put out projects that were pretty short, he's like, I bet you can get a whole lot of spins. And I looked at him and I was like, you might be onto something. And I told her, and we had already been having a conversation. So eventually we, this past, was it November? Past November, we decided to go ahead and put the project out. And it's a very short listen. If you haven't listened,
7 minutes long.
7 minutes long. It's, you know,
10 songs?
Yeah. And it's cool. We got to collaborate with one of our homies, Scissorhands, the DJ, had him on the record. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much us.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I think it's a little, it's definitely an appetizer of sorts because some of those songs are now full songs, so you will see them turn into full productions at some point. But it's just something fun.
Yeah.
I like what you said about attention span, right? Because you think of this culture where everyone's consuming short form content. And even when you scroll, you're like, hey, I don't really want to watch anything that's like less like I don't know, 10 to 12 seconds long might be like the average attention span. I could totally be making that up, but I'm just trying to think of myself and like how I consume content. So I love it because I'm just like, oh, this is a vibe. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's over. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
like I want a little more though,
It worked. Yeah.
That was the plan.
It hooked me in and I got really excited. I'm like, wait, this is over.
Man,
Really, we're just messing with you.
Yeah.
Anything else that calls you.
It's a tease until the full songs come out.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny though, because like I don't know if I didn't think about it at the time, but there's an artist, PJ Morton, right?
Yeah.
And if you go back to his early catalog, you may not even know this, but some of the songs that he ended up putting on like his later projects, which was like his more debut stuff, was on demos. But they were different versions. They were more stripped back. There's a song called Boom Crack for sure. I'll play it for you. But I just, I don't know. I just think there's something about, we're taking the long road, right? We know this already. And it's fine. They'll catch on when they catch on. But the beauty of it is like when those songs are on a full-length EP or full-length project, it's just going to mean more for the OG fans that are like, that will come to the show and be like, yo, I remember when it was only one verse on that joint. That, it's like, I don't know, maybe call it cheesy, but I think that that's the catalog thing. That's why we do what we do. We're not driven by hype. We're driven by just creating the music that comes out of us and sharing it with whoever is interested in feeling and vibing with us and receiving it. So.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Lucy?
Nope. Once again, got it.
So mentorship is a huge part of what you guys do. What challenges or opportunities do you see new artists facing?
Where to start?
Go good first.
Go good. Go good.
Opportunities coming from what we see with the new artists.
Yeah. No, you start.
You know what?
I started it really.
All right, cool. So I think it's twofold. I think that technology has made it really, it's just made it really easy for the independent artists to be able to build a fan base and to reach their people. So that's really cool. I'll say for us, the fortunate part of where we are is like we obviously, being our age, we come from kind of the old school and like really like knowing how to play and sing and like being talented as well as knowing how to use the technology. So I think for the artists that we've been fortunate enough to work with, I think they're going to also kind of bridge that gap a bit because most of them are really, really talented. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like just like with an acoustic guitar and vocals, right? And they're also not really jaded by the need to be viral or anything like that. But they have the ability, right? Like Kyla we had a video, I think it's up to like 100,000 views on Instagram now. Like it's probably maybe like 400,000. It was crazy. It went crazy, right? And it was a video that we shot here at Studio 91, shameless plug. But like, yeah, I think that's the cool thing, right? Like if you're good, like if you're actually talented, and you're open to to utilizing the social media and the technology in a way that's healthy, I think stuff like that can happen. And that was just one example, I think, because she got a crap ton of opportunities. Like right after that video went crazy, we got funding. She got she had a Rolling Stones thing feature through Rolling Stones Australia, did a write up on her, and so it's like and not taking anything away from her because this is her artistry, but like we've been apart, we've been there for the past almost 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, we've been working with her. So it's like that's the one thing I think is the positive of like now and with the independent artist thing and
I mean,
mentorship.
there's so many more opportunities
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and we'll get to it even like with the situation with her with like the funding thing. Well, actually with her and Aiden both, like, you know, here in New Zealand, that's, you know, that's one side of it.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. But I think on the flip side, because we got to give the bad too, right? Wait, what did you say? Obstacles or how did you?
I have opportunity and challenges.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
We gave opportunities, right? So let's go challenges.
I love that you look at me. Challenges for up and coming artists.
It's almost the same thing.
It is kind of almost the same thing. I mean, you know, there is so much. Well, we can go to the elephant in the room challenge, which is AI.
Yeah.
You know, so up and coming artists, like, I mean, there it is. There's the challenge. There's AI that's coming up, and for everyone trying to say, yeah, but you know, we can make it work for you and all this stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. But it's still out there taking from up and coming artists, you know, respected artists, like real humans.
Well, I think it's making us dumber, if I can be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this because I'm anti-AI, because I understand evolution, I understand technology moves forward, and there's to some extent we use certain aspects of it, not in our music creation personally, but within just other things. But I think the crutch is the problem. And for this generation, there was 10,000 hours was a big thing when we were coming up, like, and we're not that old, still in my 30s, like, so it's like, it was just this idea where you really needed to like understand a thing in order to say that you do it, right? It's just like with any profession. And I think that's the scary part that they don't realize is like, oh, well, because I can throw a filter on it, or because I can make a video that makes me look like I'm this star or whatever, or if I can use this plugin that makes me sound like I really, really sound great, or like I can make this kind of thing, that's cool, right? Like, but the other side of it is like, what happens when you have to go on stage? And I'm not shading anybody. This may ruffle some feathers. Sorry, no offense to anyone. But like, I think I'm just saying this specifically about upcoming independent artists, because that's what we're talking about, right? Like, my desire is utilize the tool as the tool, but it can't be the thing, right? Like, it's icing, but it can't be cake. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
it should really be a glaze.
It's really a cherry on top, like only because at the end of the day. No, and it's not even, for real. But and it's not even to be some old head junk or to be like against anti-AI. But like, I just think that it's important for people to have foundational skills. Just like in any other profession, you can't use AI to play professional basketball. There's nothing AI can do to help you there. Like, it's not, you're not going to go to the Olympics because you post videos that have you jumping over stuff. If you can't really jump over that thing, you will not be going to the Olympics. So, so that's all this feel about the AI. But I think the other side of just technology and just time and everything right now that we're living in,
saturation.
Man,
there's so much music, so many people, artists, so many all the time. New music. How many do they say? How much new music is released every single day? Millions
probably.
It's ridiculous. So I think that's just another challenge. Is, you know, back in the day, you had to be found. You had to prove yourself. You had to be something really special to be seen. And now everyone can be seen.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
it was a standard.
Yeah.
I mean, there was crappy, not crappy, but there was like, you know, the cookie cutter bubblegum pop stuff back then too.
And it was stupid songwriting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, but I just think, now, like she said, it's just, and it's kind of embarrassing because for those of us who've worked so hard to better ourselves and to know that you can just press a button and it makes it seem like, you know what I mean? You're doing the thing. But again, to circle back around and to kind of put that all together, that's why the people that we work with, fortunately enough, they're all very open-minded and talented already. Yeah. But reason I say the open-minded part is because if there's something that they are lacking, they're usually open to our honesty pertaining to what it means to like really to be your best, you know, and that's important. And do your best.
So the artists that you work with, how did you find them? Was it like you knew somebody, you saw them somewhere? Talk about like how you develop these relationships with these artists and what you're actually doing with them.
It was a mix of both. I mean, of all of it, really. I mean, when it comes to like Kyla Greening, that was social media. So there is a plus.
Using the tool.
That was social media, and we were reaching out to each other, and then we finally were like, okay, cool. So this needs to happen in real life. And luckily, we were obviously in the same country. But then others, I mean, like Aiden, we'd heard of Aiden, and then we met him at Symposium.
Yeah.
And built a relationship personally through that, right? I mean, then who else? Daisy was a recommendation from a friend saying you need to work with her.
Well, the Daisy story is funny because she, a buddy of mine told me about her in 2020, 2021, and like right before we came here, and he's like, oh, I think you should work with her. She just left Berkeley, and I was like, all right, cool. So she found me online, reached out, but she was really excited, and I was like, all right, this is cool, but like we were just becoming new parents, so it was just like an influx of life change, and anyway, so we kind of played tag for like 2 years before we ever like just on socials like, hey, free in a week, and I'm like, yeah, we'll be free next week, and then a month later, we'd be like, oh, Dad, we missed that window. So yeah, that's Daisy, and then so I think we started officially working. We're 2.5, almost 3 years in now. And she is a phenomenal singer-songwriter from Mass and Berkeley kid. So yeah, that was a different situation. Aiden, Symposium, social media. Yeah, it's weird. And then I think here the scene, it's like, because it's a smaller country, like essentially anybody who's like doing it on a high level, you either know of them or you know them, or you know somebody who knows them, and I think
you can be in touch with them.
And
there's not so much gatekeeping.
And
it's not so much. I mean, there's always BS in every industry, and specifically the music industry in every country. But, I feel like it's a little bit more down to earth here, a little bit more like you can still talk to people, and you might go out and actually see the head of some company and be like, hey, dude. And people are a little less sorry, I'm like, no, I can't say that word.
PG-13 right now.
I mean, I think you could say it. I mean, I have people swear on my show all the time. So like,
the C word?
I mean, I was thinking that.
I know her very well.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're less hypey here, which allows you to get in and build. Let's just say
that. Yes, and there are some. That's every industry, like she said, has there's pockets of spaces where people, and I wouldn't even necessarily call them hypey, but they're just driven by the need for success, right? And we've all been there at some age.
Success or
fame, whatever you want. Yeah, that's cool. Whatever, the sparkly things.
That is, sparkly.
Yeah, I can say people like sparkly things. I get it, Yeah. I think, again, I said this many times, your vibe attracts your tribe. And I think what happened here was a combination of our ability to like connect with people via social media and just like sending messages. Like we were just we was, just seeing who's there. We find somebody who's really gifted. We just comment, show love. And a lot of them started reaching back out to us. But then the other thing was, I think coming here with the experiences that we had in the industry, and not being arrogant and outwardly, like, we were really quiet. We were like super secluded and away from everything. It was like you started to find these people starting to comment and starting to inbox us, and they'd be like, are you here in New Zealand? Like, what are you doing here? Like, I heard about Lucy. I knew her from when she was on tour with Black Eyed Peas. And like, we used to get these random messages, right? And like, and at this time, we're just full on parenting and like making music whenever we have time. And so I just think slowly but surely, people just started finding out. And I will say the other side of it was, there were some really key people, and I'm going to say their names, that heard about us being here and intentionally like called, reached out, came and had coffees, invited us to events, and made sure that they were saying our name in rooms. And that's almost the entire August Avenue management company, who's a big management company here. They manage a bunch of the biggest acts here. So shout out to all them, Jono and
we
Jaden.
would genuinely say a friend.
Yeah, man, we have dinner together. We spend time together. Our families know each other. So it's like that kind of thing. Them, Huya and Chris, Greg Haver, Johnny and Heinrich, the R&B Live crew. Who did I just meet with the other day? Jeff Newton. Yeah, like so it's like, what I think once people started to kind of get an idea for how we were moving, and we weren't like trying to come and take over, it was like, nah, like we trying to find community. We trying to find our people. And so I think there was a bit of a need for that, because New Zealand has this thing called tall poppy syndrome, which is essentially like how Americans deal with like egos and like, you ain't better than me, just like that whole knock you down thing. But I ruled that out as soon as I got here. I heard it in a couple of rooms, and if anyone here knows me, I'm notorious for saying, like, I don't believe in that. It doesn't exist in our world. And that's because we curate our space so that people understand that it's about the support and love and all that. And so
someone's doing well. Awesome.
Yeah, man. And
just,
so
like, give them,
dude,
man.
Yeah.
Don't try to cut them down.
No. So that's what our crew is. You come to any of our shows, you come to our barbecue or get-togethers, and it's many of the artists. Some of them we work with more exclusively, like Kyla and Daisy. But then there's other ones like Aiden, a couple of the other groups you know about that we've talked about that we're just kind of, I don't know, man. It's definitely a combination of like, it's mentoring, friends, big brothers and sisters, like.
Yeah.
So many of them are so gifted on their own, they don't even need us. I just think
we all need each other in a way.
Well, I was just gonna say, if anything, it's just I think the need is more in what we would have wanted when we were younger, which is just some older cats that have been in and doing it, that were a safe space to be able to share, to get advice from, to be able to glean off of, as far as just like, hey, I'm working on this. What do you think?
Yeah.
But the 2.0 of it is like all of them essentially have wanted us involved in their music as well. So like that's bonus. Yeah. So really grateful.
I love the sense of community, right? Because you talk about when you guys were starting out and how it was a different time, right? Social media wasn't really, I mean, it was there, but it wasn't where it is right now. And it's so important in community, and I definitely in the music industry, to like let people know you're there for them, or, oh, hey, I'd love to hear this song, and hey, tell me your feedback, and just kind of getting that advice. And when people say like, hey, kind of like struggling with these lyrics, could you maybe tell me where to go? Or like, I just kind of need to be inspired by something. And for you to mentor these artists like you do is really awesome.
Thanks. And just reminding people, like, we all have days.
Definitely.
There is no such thing as someone who's made it.
Yeah, man.
And it's really important for every single person to remember that we're all human. Oh, hello, back to peace and love. But like, we're all human. We all hurt. Like, I'm sorry, but that's one thing we tell Stella. Everyone poops. No one is better than you. No one, you are not better than anyone. Let's just remind each other of that.
Yeah.
And be supportive.
Yeah, man. It's that human thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'd like to talk about how you successfully helped secure New Zealand on-air funding for Kyla Greening's I Like It. What goes into advocating for an artist that audiences don't usually see?
A lot of time, a lot of conversation.
Yeah. We didn't like, I mean, we were part of the application for this. New Zealand On Air is a great organization. Thank you. Hello, Brian. Is a great organization here in New Zealand that is extremely supportive of the arts. And one of the big things is they provide funding for a lot of different music projects. And you know, we've been lucky enough to actually receive it for a few things.
Yeah.
And yeah, with Kyla specifically.
First one was the demo. Right?
Actually, yes, we've got 3 with. Yeah.
Is it 3 with her? 2 with her. Oh, it's 3. Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so there was one getting funding to be able to just get some demos together, which is awesome. You know, it's for up and coming artists. The producers apply for the funding to say, I'd really like to develop, you know, whatever to help this artist. And yeah, we were lucky enough that they believed in what we said.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, there's been the 2 others that we've received funding for with her. And, you know, I'd like to think we've actually followed through. So that's also why.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of build up I believe that there's a sense of trust and a bit of a track record when it pertains to, I don't think it's favoritism, because I remember feeling like when we before we got it, I was like, oh, it just seems like, you know, like, why are we not getting chosen, you know, whatever. But it was more like I think them understanding the value of where they were investing, and I can't speak for them, but I'm just saying as a creative and people who've gotten it multiple times, is I love to know that they have a bit of a standard when it comes to the music that they're going to get behind, because understanding that it adds to the value of the overall music. What is the word I'm looking for? The music scene, the music, not economy.
My brain is not there.
The atmosphere of New Zealand music, you know what I mean? The overall standard there, I think, is raised when they have a high criteria for, like, when you have to apply for it. It's like there's like 30 things that you have to check off, or like a certain amount of followers, a certain amount of like just your track record on releases, live shows, like, which is really cool, right? Because you think about it, it's like if there wasn't a standard back to where it's somewhat earlier, it'd be so much easier. And then you wouldn't be investing in an artist that actually is not just going to release the song, but also going to go on tour and do all these other things. And that's a cool thing I can say with Kyla. Like, we received the funding, did release the song, which also I'd say went pretty crazy on the view side on socials. It was a collaboration with her and Aiden Fine, and then we ended up doing a couple other records, and then we got this last funding. So I think, yeah, it just kind of, for me, it's like, okay, they're seeing the traction, they're seeing the consistency, and that is something that obviously they and I can not only say it for us, but even friends who've gotten funding, it just goes to show it's like what you put in, what you get out. I'd say
Kyla's awesome.
Yeah.
If you don't know her, check out Kyla Greening, because she's fantastic.
One of the most gifted people here in this, and we've met a lot of. She's gonna go far. Wherever far is, she's gonna go there and beyond. But there was something about the criteria and the funding thing I was about to say. But yeah, no, that's essentially how it kind of works out when it comes to the funding. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. You know I'm rambling and I forget. But I hope we answered your question.
No, definitely. I think it's important to know, just because I'm from the States. I feel like a lot of people from the
Yes.
States will be watching.
I was like, no.
Like, that's what it was. Yeah.
So for us people from the States that are not familiar with how this kind of all goes down, can you kind of elaborate?
That was it. There's nothing. I've never ever seen anything like this in my life, right? Like growing up, even before becoming a professional, I never knew all of the professionals I ever knew had to like, really grind to be able to invest in your music career. And I'm saying this, and I hope that this reaches the ears of anyone in America, anyone in the Recording Academy, anybody in I don't know, some of the other whoever, ASCAP, BMI. It's really wonderful when you know that you have the support of your community and your country, and you also at that point can raise the bar on what it means to be great and to help invest in greatness. So that's what I'll say. Like, this has been tremendous. Big shout out to New Zealand On Air and their whole board, because the board of directors there that really care about the quality of New Zealand music.
I mean, why are we so behind on this? Like, I would think that somebody would be like, hey, let's start it up. And I mean, I feel like, right, with ASCAP, BMI, everything that's going on there, I feel like people know about it and they're not acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. There's grants available. I've heard, I don't want to say they don't do anything, but it's like, it's almost, the sad part about it is
It's not a government thing. Like,
Go, because it's the same thing it's not just a music thing. This is a very general American problem. Go ahead, you want to speak? I don't know if that's
no, maybe I shouldn't.
Huh? Maybe you should.
No.
You've lived there.
Yeah.
I just think that when you have the ability to help people, you should help people.
Yeah.
And America doesn't live by that motto.
Yeah.
There's a lot of selfishness and greed and appropriation and hierarchy that is become, and always really for the longest time been, the most important thing in American society and the way that they move, like a business, not a communal thing. And it frustrates me. It always frustrated me since I was a child. And I'm not saying that I don't want to speak ill on my home country, but like, these are the reasons. This is the reason, not just in music. This is the reason within school systems, within communities, within our government. This is it. While we're fighting a war and there's people back home dying from diseases because they can't afford healthcare or food or can't afford gas or to keep their lights on. And I can speak on this because some of them are my family and friends, and it breaks my heart back to what peace and love is about. But anyway, that's why we're grateful to be here and to be able to be a part of whatever's happening, and grateful for New Zealand On Air and all these other, just the New Zealand government and how they.
Well, let's not say the New Zealand government, not this one.
I was about to say, it's a slippery slope with that one, because there's some other sides up over here that ain't really jamming on the one, and it reminds me a little bit.
They will be voted out soon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
Not all of it.
not all.
guys, my very final question. With your upcoming song, That Girl on the Way, what can fans expect from your next chapter?
Okay, so That Girl, to clarify, That Girl is a song we were fortunate enough to work on with a band called Borderline from here. It'll be on their next project coming out. We locked in with those guys for 2 days here. Had them over. They stayed. It was hilarious. Came over here. It was like, it
was like camp.
It was like camp. There's like band, like just imagine, this boy band just like inhabiting the whole studio on the couches, and there's like, everything, snacks and soda cans everywhere, and it's like, it smell like feet in here. No, but like, we had so much fun with those guys, man, and they just essentially just signed with an American label. Empire, yeah. So they're actually headed to America next month or this month for a U.S. tour, and they'll be performing That Girl. So if you guys get to see Borderline, go and check them out. Those are our little brothers. Shout out to the guys. But yeah, really excited about that record coming out. What else we got coming?
We've got a bunch of songs coming out,
Kyla's got I Like It is on the horizon.
but then we got
Um,
number one.
Yeah,
Hang On.
we've got we've got 3 singles we're following up Peace and Love with.
Yeah.
And it's a new feeling. It's still feel good service, it still feels good. But it'll be a slightly different delivered in a different package, it's so to speak.
Yeah.
But it'll still be us.
Still us.
Anything else? I'm trying to think what else is Daisy will be dropping her first single in May.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be excited. That'll be exciting. That'll be exciting. Because this is 2.5 years we've been working on this project. So yeah, no, otherwise, man, just like more shows. Yeah, just continuing to just build with these artists.
New artists, anyone raising a child.
Yeah, man. And just I think, man, it just feels good being here right now. Yeah. And I'm saying here right now in this space for us where we're in this balance, you know, of just like being alive and being present as parents, as partners. We're going on dates, y'all. We're doing like, you know what I mean? Playing games and cooking food. Like we've been trying to like make new meals and like.
We love us some food.
Yeah, just like trying new things, learning each other, truthfully. And I'll say this because I think I just want to make it very clear. Like my mom always said, you know, nothing worth having comes easy. So you know, and it's like you're going to win the lottery and just be rich and be happy forever. It's not true. Same thing goes to the music industry. For all of our friends that want to be in music, it's like she said, the making it idea is not realistic because once you get there, there's, you know, like I said, every round goes higher and there's a new level of responsibility, new level of pressure. And I'll say this lastly, for me at least, when it pertains to what we do as a team, but also as partners in life, it's a lot. It's not easy. We take the job home every day. We try not to, but it happens. But we also really fight for each other. We fight.
Not joking.
We fight, and we fight, you know, for each other. And that's what, you know, I think it's just important to say that because, you know, people say the whole, like, you get the whole power couple thing. It's like, oh my God, you guys are amazing. And it's like, yeah, you don't know what it takes, man, you know, to keep it going. And we, you know, we may never arrive to said place, but I think, for me at least, I'm enjoying being right here in the journey right now because it's good right now. And it's only just going to be more good moments. So as much as we work, you know, so.
We're putting in our 2,000.
Putting in, yeah.
Wait, last words, Lucy, from you.
I said we're putting in our 10,000 hours right here.
I think we passed that, but
we probably
have.
Definitely. Guys, thank you so much for coming back on my show. I love every conversation that we have. It's always so inspiring and amazing, and love what you're doing for artists. I think it's so important on their journey to have people like you behind them. Like it's really an amazing thing that you guys are doing.
We're lucky too.
I was about to say, couldn't do it without you, man. Like, you know, people like yourself that create these platforms and allow us to share our truths and our stories, man, and our art. Thank you so much for what you do.
Of course. And thank you guys for coming to my show, because without people like you, if you don't say yes, I don't have a show. You know what I mean?
You know, we got you.
So and when you were saying you follow certain musicians online or you see them, I mean, that's how I found out about you guys. I knew you went to Berkeley, and I mean, always that Berkeley connection. I feel like Berkeley is a part of who I am now, just because I've met so many amazing people and so many amazing artists have come from Berkeley. So, so thank you for coming on this journey with me, and I'm so excited to have you back in the show. Guys, if you don't already, follow the Feel Good Service. Guys, where can they love and support you? Drop all your socials.
I mean,
at the Feel Good Service on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Bandcamp, please and thank you.
Yeah, shout out to all the people spending money on music because it's happening and we welcome it. Come on over and support the music at Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, if you're new here, follow the Feel Good Service. They have so much going on. Music from back in the day, as well as new music, the EP, the new single that came out on Friday. And I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibin with Ashley Live. Thank you guys for tuning in and for supporting artists just like Lucy and Dre. Have a good night if you're here in New York, and enjoy the rest of your day in New Zealand. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Is